It's a part of my own culture, like what I've grown up with. Eating meat is just sort of, like you said, like it's very normal in society. It's kind of just what we do. And I've unfortunately really learned to love it. I enjoy eating that.
Hey, yeah.
So, can you clarify the question?
Yeah. So I'll try and rephrase it. So, do you think there's any kind of enjoyment that you could get that would justify abusing an animal?
Do you think there is?
Well, this is about you. I'm asking other people.
I mean,
I don't think so.
I can't see the other side of the argument.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It pisses me off to see somebody even asking a question. I mean, what kind of person do you even need to be for that question to come into your head?
Well, exactly. It could be quite an obvious answer, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'd agree. But then, so I'm asking people because in our society, a lot of time it is justified for humans to get pleasure out of animal abuse.
In what ways?
So it
They
could
do
be.
value animal lives much differently to humans. I
Yeah.
can see that.
So it could be horse riding. You know, that horse can't consent. Bullfighting, things like that. Entertainment,
Yeah.
but also cosmetics. You know, animals get tested on for beauty products. Yeah, so things like that. And also the main one I'm talking about is the food that we eat, because so much of obviously an animal has to be exploited to get the flesh or secretions like dairy or eggs from the animal. So and it's been proven that we don't need to consume animal products. So what's the justification for abusing an animal for food?
What are your ideas on like halal food, like killing them ethically?
I don't think there is an ethical way to kill an animal which doesn't want to die, personally.
They've got central nervous system, they can feel pain. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I think animals are intelligent, like companion animals like dogs and cats, and we should treat them like that. We should look after them and not exploit them. So we have certain power as humans. We've developed a society, so we have lots of influence, and I think we should use that influence in a positive way and treat animals with compassion and not with dominion and exploit them.
That's beautiful.
What do you guys think?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I'm trying to think how best I can do that in my own life, because it would be very hard, I think, to extricate myself from all of the things that we do. But you're right.
Yeah, because animal abuse is so ingrained in our society. Like our society is basically built off of
You
it.
feel quite useless in actually trying to change the views on everything to try and manage all of the even like how they treat fish, in certain areas and things. I just with the slavery and the labour of even people in certain parts of the world, just to farm these fish, abusing the people, abusing the fish. You'll just feel so helpless to that anyway. So useless to.
Yeah, it's difficult not to sometimes with how big the animal agricultural system is and how many animals get exploited and killed on a basis of a minute. It's insane. But I think there's power in supply and demand, and if, like with any movement, if a big enough group of people changes what they're doing and changes their habits, then eventually the system changes as well. So I'm encouraging people to go plant-based and go vegan, because if enough people did that, then the systems which provide our food would change into more ethical and more sustainable practices.
That's true. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
I'm asking, would you consider going vegan?
I have definitely thought about it. I think it would be very hard, but I don't think it's impossible.
Why do you think it'd be hard?
Like I said, it's a part of my own culture, like what I've grown up with. Eating meat is just sort of, like you said, it's very normal in society. It's kind of just what we do. And I've unfortunately really learned to love it. I enjoy eating that.
Do you think there's something a little bit twisted about enjoying something which has inherently had an animal suffer for it? So if you change the type of pleasure, if it was the sound of an animal being tortured or killed, you'd say that was a bit sick, wouldn't you?
That's true. I would. I think it's the fact that we are so far removed from it.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, you were on the farm, you kind of saw your dad go out to the chicken farm and do what he did, and you'd hear it, and it'd just be normal. But nowadays, it's right in front of me. Like I don't even have to think about the process that it went through to get there.
Yeah, there's that disconnect, isn't there?
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's what it is that the fact that there is a disconnect makes it a lot easier, and then the fact that we've already learned to do it and it's a part of culture, that we now would have to what's the word? Yeah, extricate ourselves from.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think we are kind of morally obligated, even if it's difficult, to change our habits to more ethical habits?
Yeah, we are. I would say so. I would say so.
Cool, I'd agree. And yeah, so kind of encouraging people to make those daily changes, and because every meal that we eat, we have a choice to exploit an animal or to be kind to an animal.
That's true.
And, you know, that's the kind of biggest power that we have, because we can't change these big systems, we can't change how animals are farmed, or, you know, lots of things in the world, but we can change what we put our money towards.
That is very true. You're right. I hope lots of other people listen to you.
Yeah, well, I'm asking people as well, keep the conversation going, because people don't talk about animal rights, but I think it's really important, first for the lives of those animals, secondly for our health, and also for the health of the environment.
Mostly for health,
so important.
The reason I actually avoid meat, generally, more often than not anyway. For the sake of convenience, sometimes I do find myself consuming the odd thing, but that's mainly because of my family, you know, that they do.
It's a culture thing, right?
Really.
It's something normal.
Yeah. I was a meat eater for like 18 years, and then went vegetarian, then vegan. Like, I can definitely like relate on the fact that it was so normal, and I didn't question it growing up. But I think it's so important to educate ourselves and like watch documentaries like Dominion or Earthlings, because I think doing it for our health is one thing, but that kind of the motivation isn't as strong, because then we can break those. It's a bit selfish, but when we see those changes actually being for the animals, then I think it gives us a lot more stronger motivation, because you make that connection. It isn't just meat. That's a being which suffered and was tortured for that. Cool.
So true, so true. What's your name?
Amber.
Amber.
What's your
Oh,
names?
beautiful name. I'm Kezia.
Kezia.
Nice
What's your
to
name?
meet you, Amber.
Rachel. Nice to meet you too.
Hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too. I'm just recommending a website called Challenge 22 before you go. It's a free resource, and it gives you plant-based meal prep. So for 22 days, and the idea is it takes 22 days to change a habit. So if you take that challenge, and it's also free nutritionists.
Yeah.
So yeah, Challenge 22 is really good.
Thank you.
Thanks guys, have a great day. Cheers for the conversation. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified when videos go up every Thursday. If you want to watch another conversation, here are a couple of options. And if you want to support my activism, there's a link in my profile to a page where you can buy me a coffee and donate money to an animal sanctuary. Thanks. Amber.